put an emphasis on trying to get points on the board in the last 2 minutes of a half, they'll be real excited to have those up on the board.
And they'll watch this one fall in the end zone, and that'll be a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. Inside of a minute left in the half, does the fact that you're down on the scoreboard influence what you do, or I guess don't do on this final drive?
It certainly does, but what influences me even more is who I've got running my football team out on the field and the weapons around him. Can he make a play? Can he get into someone that we're going to trust to take care of the ball? If that's the case, I might push it a little bit here and try and get something before the half runs out.
So following the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 25. Throwing again. Ryan. And he gets this one to Ridley complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Falcons going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. First down, Ryan. Looking deep for Julio. And this is caught inside the 5. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta.
Touchdown.
Julio Jones. In the final seconds of the first half. And the Falcons are an extra point away from moving out in front. Koo able to connect on the extra point, and that will give them the lead here as we get on towards halftime. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And he returns this to the 22.
Switzer on the return. The Cowboys take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. Likely time for just one final play, and then it'll be off to the locker room to talk about how they can erase this deficit.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people look at it and go, well, maybe you take a shot here. Maybe you get some momentum going into the half. What's the flip side of that? You do something crazy, quarterback gets hit, ball comes free, and now you're down an even bigger margin. Go ahead and take this one, go to the locker room, start over.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. It's the Cowboys who get the football first, and they trail here as well as we resume action in the 3rd quarter. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. Following the incomplete pass, here they go again. 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Go! Right there.
Prescott now. Trying for Cooper again. This time he finds it. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. A gain there of 21 yards.
First and 10 at the 45-yard line.
They play fake to Elliott. Now Prescott. Connects here with the tight end, Blake Jarwin. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
Cowboys, first down. First and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on first and 10. To the air again, Prescott. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. Amari Cooper, his intended receiver, and that'll bring up second down.
Well, we saw that he had a lot of success last week throwing the football, but that hasn't translated to this week. But with his team behind, I don't expect him to back off. I expect him to keep firing.
Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's second and 10.
Right there, 54, right there, 54 Mike.
They'll throw again. Prescott letting one fly deep for Cooper. And he will bring it out past the 20-yard line. So it was a drive that had real promise here to begin the third quarter, but ultimately derailed by the INT.
And that was the position you wanted to be in. Coming out to start this third quarter, get a nice drive going, looking for the end zone. Possibly got a little bit too greedy right there.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. We have not seen much on offense from either side. These last few drives, it has been a struggle, hasn't it?
Totally, and you're thinking to yourself right now, if you're on offense trying to get things figured out, okay, we self-scout every week in our game plan. How many things do we do at certain times? What are our tendencies? Time to go to some of those tendency breakers and try and create some offense.
Well, they always have those in their back pocket, don't they?
You have to, and if you don't keep abreast of what you're doing, you lock into a rhythm and make it easy for the opposition.
Looking for tendency breakers right now. Ball at the 24 and a second and 11. Operating from the gun, Ryan. Jones has it. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
Catch there by Julio Jones, and let's face it, we're almost running out of ways to say he's great. So let's put it into this context. 3rd among active players in receiving yards, starting 2020, just 852 yards behind tight end Jason Witten.
The second down completion got him 7. Now here's 3rd and 3. From the gun, Ryan. And a throw there going to be incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
The Falcons send out their punter as he'll punt it away for the second time. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt, and that will come the offense as they take over.
At their own 39-yard line.
Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part two, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
Right there, 54, right there, 54.
From the 41, Prescott. That one complete to Elliott. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And that's going to make it 3rd down and 10. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
47, 54, Mike 54. Get ready, get ready, get ready. 54, gun. Check, watch 54, watch 54. Pick it up, guys, pick it up.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. Give him 18 on that one, and it's a Dallas 1st down.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
Kill. 45 to Mike. Drop deep. 45.
1st down, Prescott. Oh, incomplete. The rookie had it and lost it there. And it'll be 2nd down.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes. But the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
Dallas, Texas is the spot. 3rd quarter inside AT&T Stadium. Glad you're with us. 2nd and 10. Prescott yet again. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Elliott. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Came up a little short on the last pass play. They did get 9 yards out of it, leaving him with his 3rd and 1. And he picks up the first before he's taken down at the 29. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs.
1st and 10 at the 29-yard line.
They keep on the ground with Elliott. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Right there, 54, right there. Go, get out there. Set the tone, defense, let's go.
Out of the gun, here's Prescott. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he'll go down right on the edge of the red zone following a pickup of about 7 or 8.
Brings up 3rd and 1.
Field goal would get him the lead, but that's not what they're shooting for as they come up on 3rd down. They'll try and run for it with Elliott. And he takes it down to the 13 and picks up the first. 6 yards on the pickup, and it'll give him a fresh set of downs.
Brandon, I think you and I were both raised the same way in the game of football. You run to set up the pass, but I think we've discovered in this NFL, a lot of teams pass to set up the run. And that's what they've done throughout this game. They've aired it out, thrown it around the yard. Now they've come back to the running game, and they find a way to be successful with it.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. They'll run with Elliott. And this play goes nowhere, losing yardage back to the 15. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
There's no question that coming into this game, this defense was pretty vocal about its desire to take this running back out of his game. And all that pregame whooping has turned into results.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11.
54's Mike. 54's Mike. Check.
And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. A solid pickup of 12 yards, and now they're knocking on the door. A CD a lot of times like to separate speed and quickness, and they've got a back that's both. We know that he's fast in the open field, but, man, his first step is so quick, too.
It is something, isn't it? Because you think of that type of speed getting to the perimeter and turning upfield, but also when you run those inside runs, he can get into the secondary so fast the linebackers don't have a chance to react.
Now Elliott. And he will take it in for a Cowboy score. A 3-yard touchdown run. And the Cowboys have retaken the lead. People always talk about one of his biggest strengths running the football, vision, and he found the spot there, went into the end zone.
You're exactly right about that. It wasn't just the vision, right? Once he saw the gap, decisiveness, made up his mind, and about the power to finish the play. Not only did he get good blocking, he created his own space as well.
All right, so the Cowboys will go for 2 here. From the shotgun, it's Prescott. Dancing to his left. And it is incomplete, so they can't convert for 2. And now the lead stays at 5.
Falcons 17.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
At their own 23-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
That'll go as a pickup of 32 on the catch and run.
That could very well be a defining play in this game. A touchdown, that gives them a lead, and they took a major step towards getting there with that big play right there.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Out of the gun, it's Ryan. He's got the first down here inside the 30. But he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Another first down as he went right back to the same well, this time for 17 yards. First down, it's Gurley. And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line.
Ball carrier.
Tackle made there by Tony Jefferson.
Well, from an offensive perspective, that was a tough run because he only picked up 3 yards. But let's flip it over to the defensive side. They now have the advantage. 3-3-yard gains, that means they're punting the ball likely on 4th down. That's what you're looking for when you're playing defense.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Operating from the gun, Ryan. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked by the rookie from Bama, Trayvon Diggs. And he'll go down inside the 15 at his own 13-yard line.
Intercepted.
And he may want to track down that football because that's interception number 1 on his career.
You're saying that's going into the trophy case?
I'd put it there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That's when you ask the equipment guys to make sure they hold it for you after the game. But if you play in the back 7 on defense, that's part of your job, finding ways to take the ball away from the other team.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Another important fourth quarter series coming up. That last INT helping to maintain their slim advantage. Following the interception, here's Prescott. And he'll hit the slant route. That's caught by Cooper. And he gets this one just shy of the 35 to the 34. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run.
At the 34-yard line.
Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Get in the right room. Get in the right room.
And he'll get this up to about the 40. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Now, Brandon, that's the way you want to run the football. There should almost be quote bubbles above the offense right now. Bam, boom, biff. That's how they feel good about moving the football.
They'll come up on a 2nd and 4 now from the 40-yard line.
54 is Mike. 54 is Mike. Check, check. Watch 54. Watch 54. We're 47. Check, check. Lucky. We're 47.
Prescott from the gun. Able to hit his target, Lamb. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. CeeDee Lamb with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, I'd be in practice sessions, and I'd hear 9 from the receivers. Look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
23-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And you figure after giving up that last touchdown, they trail by 2 scores here in the fourth quarter. This drive becomes very critical. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. He was trying to get it to Ito Smith that time, but it'll be second down.
You tell they wanted to get that ball downfield. They had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
Well, once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. To the sideline, and it's caught, but boy, he's out of bounds. Well, they tried to get him into space coming out of the backfield, but it'll be 3rd down.
Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
The Falcons on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 10. From the gun, Ryan. That's caught over the middle by Hurst. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short.
9 on the play, but it brings up 4th down.
The Falcons will go for it. It's Ryan. And that's caught by Smith. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down.
And the Falcon first down.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Ryan will throw again. To the right side and complete to Hurst. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. So it's Falcon football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And they're going to get him. He's taken down for a sack back at the 47-yard line. Emerson Griffin on the sack, taken to the 4th round back in 2010. What a steal. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. From the shotgun, Ryan. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked by Darryl Worley.
Obviously disappointing, but you had to go for broke here, down 2 scores. So that forced you to make some throws you definitely wouldn't want to make. And I think this interception is going to pretty much write an end to this one.
1st and 10 now from the 30. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29.
You know, it's not just all athleticism from defensive linemen. Let's give them a little credit for their football intelligence as well. Read and react by them, understood the play call, and stacked it up and stuffed the run.
So 2nd and 9, and you'd have to figure just about all 11 probably crashing the line here. And they'll indeed take a knee.
McDonald on the keeper. A 1-yard loss on the play. It's now